Alrighty, good morning, audience. So I definitely lost a bunch of GoPro footage on this one, which kind of sucks. But yeah, so I missed a lot of the beginning of this voyage. But here we are, starting off at what's the place called? Billy Goat Bay, Helmkin Island, something like that, and headed to Port Harvey. I did see, or there will be dolphins in the next video coming up, but again, there's some GoPro footage that I cannot find for the life of me, so I, yeah, there's going to be some cell phone dolphins, I'll put it that way. There's no GoPro dolphins are to be found, which makes me a wee bit sad, but whatever. So yeah, so this is kind of just a short one because there's a lot of lost video involved, but yeah, just a short little 21-mile jaunt this day. Okay, just a wee update. It started to rain there kind of heavy for, I don't know, maybe only 10 minutes, but I stuck my GoPro in my pocket just because, you know, it's not waterproof. So it is now dead. It's kind of tough to leave the helm to even plug it in to charge, so just giving you a wee update here. I've been going anywhere between 4 and 5 knots. The sea is getting a bit more rolly than it previously was, but you know, everything is going pretty smooth, really. I don't expect anything will change, you know, in the next, whatever I've got, 2 hours to go, give or take. So I think I've gone, 10.4 miles. No, sorry, I have 10.4 miles to go and I've gone 10.3. So I guess I'm about halfway to my destination. Yeah, and like I said, current is still picking up as I go. It will start to ease up, I guess, a little bit in the next, well, 2 hours or so before I get to my destination. But right now it's just kind of rolly seas and basically straight downwind. I'll give you a look ahead of me here in just a second. Hey, yeah, this is what I'm looking at in front of me. Just a boat rocking back and forth in the waves. There was a fishing boat that had passed me at one point in time. He is up there. He's kind of off closer to the mainland, if you can make it out. I can see him by eye, so I would assume the camera can see him as well, but it's hard to spot him in the GoPro or the iPhone screen at the minute. There is a sailboat way back yonder. Very hard to make out, but you know, again, my eyes can see it. I'm kind of half curious if that's Liam, the man I met on his way to Alaska. So there is a good chance, if it is him, that he'll end up where I am, because there's, you know, only so many anchorages along the way here. Because he sort of had the same idea as me, was to, you know, wait for these downwind Strait conditions here. I guess really all I've come to realize is, you know, downwind, you know, southeasterly downwinds anyways tend to bring, you know, rain and, you know, poor weather. But once I get to the open ocean, it'll be, you know, the prevailing northwesterlies will be the downwinds at that point, which should mean at least sunny weather. But yeah, so far, if you've noticed from any of my videos, I certainly have, anytime I've been downwind has been kind of cloudy and rainy, so that's kind of the way it goes, I do believe, with weather. When it, you know, comes in from the northwest, it'll be a warmer day. When it's coming from the southeast, it'll be kind of an overcast, rainier day. But I mean, there's a lot of rocking back and forth, which is typical of downwind sailing. There's just no avoiding that. But really, I mean, this is pretty relaxing. There's not a whole lot to see. I mean, there's mountains surrounding me, a little house there.
you know, some more mountains here, but it's pretty much the same scenery all all the way around. Nothing's really, guess there are some snow-covered peaks up there, but they're hidden by clouds. So not the most beautiful sightseeing. Really haven't seen much as far as animals. I've seen a few ducks in the water, but you know, no seals yet. I'm still waiting to see my seals, or dolphins, sorry. So any minute now, those dolphins could come and swim with me. I wouldn't complain at all. But yeah, like I said, well, you can see here, you know, we're making our way there. So I'll just put you back in my pocket until something changes, which won't be for a few hours. Alright, so weather is getting a little more adverse at this point in time. The rain is coming down pretty good. The wind is, I would guess it's got to be at least 15 knots. I'm making good time though, and I'm nearly at my anchorage. I've got what, 5 nautical miles to go, so about, well, less than an hour at this speed. I'm going like between 6 and 7 knots right now with the gusts and surfing down the waves. The current is, you know, slowly starting to kind of work against me here. But yeah, it is a handful right now, so I'm not going to record a whole lot. Yeah, this is what's ahead of me. And as you can see, we are going pretty fast, if you can see that. Alright, wind is dying down a wee bit. There's like a big tree or something floating out there. I thought it was a boat when I first saw it, you know, a while back, but now that I'm getting closer, it does appear to be a tree. Certainly doesn't look like a boat anyways, but so we got this little shoreline I have to get around, and then just up whatever inlet that is going to be my anchorage for the night. And I am getting a wee bit cold and wet, so I don't mind cutting the trip short. This was basically my plan. I mean, the next anchorage was basically double this distance, so would have been stretching it as far as daylight is concerned. And yeah, I've been kind of fighting the helm this whole time, so I don't mind ducking in here. But I made a really good time. You know, right now we're going pretty slow at 5 point whatever knots. The last little bit has basically been like 7 knots plus. I think I hit about 7.5 a few times, so pretty darn quick as far as sailboat speeds are concerned. And right now, I think the current is now just kind of getting its way. Well, it still says it's going with me, but it's got to be pretty much dying down at this point. Yeah, so if I were to continue, it'd be fighting the current anyway. So, like I said, I'm happy to call her a night up here. Just not exactly sure. There's a couple spots to anchor in here. There's still, you know, I just put a mark right in the middle of this inlet, which is still 2.1 nautical miles away. As far as the actual anchorage, will probably be, you know, 3.1 nautical miles away or whatever. Add an extra mile to wherever I'm going, but I'm not going to go too far up there just because, you know, that's kind of backtracking at this point. But yeah, that's what I've been playing around in today. Well, I sadly had my first casualty here. Headed upwind, a big gust came and heeled over quite far, and Mr. pour over, well, slid that way and broke. So, could have done without that. I do like my pour over, but that can be replaced, not the end of the world. I'm pretty sure everything inside was fairly, you know, I can't really see what's going on in there. But I think everything was pretty secure inside, so I don't think anything would have broke inside. But yeah, I was just kind of down right here at the winch, just letting off some Genoa as it was heeling over quite a bit, and yeah, there was really nothing I could do to save it. And I lost my hat too with the gust of wind. If you notice, I no longer have a hat on. That is now, well, presumably at the bottom of the ocean. I don't know how long it would float for, but yeah, that as soon as I turned around the corner of this little island here, big gust of wind came and just ripped my hat off. There was no chance of saving that, so goodbye hat, and unfortunately goodbye pour over. I do still have a French press, so I'm not, I can still make coffee easy enough, but I did like my pour over. I guess the only thing, for my next pour over, I'm gonna try to go with I do like glass just for, glass is definitely better for you for anything that you're ingesting. But I would like to get one that's got more insulation so it'll keep the coffee hot longer. But whatever, I won't be getting that anytime soon because there's really not much ahead of me. I think Tofino will be the next kind of big city I get to, and that's quite a ways away yet. If it's even a city, I don't even know that. But yeah, right now I should probably have the main reefed for this amount of wind, trying to go upwind. So I'm just taking it pretty easy now. I'm, only going 2.5 knots, but I'm just kind of, keeping the trim pretty slack so I'm not heeling over ridiculously and breaking more items. But what is it? Port Hardy or something is straight in front of me, so that's where I'm going to drop the anchor tonight. And yeah, we lost a hat and a pour over, but made good time to get here, so can't really complain. As long as I still have a boat and I'm still floating, that's a good day. Little setbacks along the way are kind of expected, so not gonna cry about that. But yeah, straight ahead there in that little I don't know what you want to call that. There's a bay down there, and that's where I'm anchoring.